Thank you for whoever is tuning in. Greetings, it's me, Dr. Shep, here on Motivational Monday. Just giving people time enough because I know I came in at a later time. So, prayerfully, whoever is tuning in, uh, appreciate it. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed, like and share. I'll just play a little bit of song to give everybody a few more minutes to chime in to this different time zone. I don't know for sure that I'm gonna start back in the evening like this, but I had to get in where I could fit in. If y'all know what that means, y'all know what that means, right? Get out. Let me straighten this up some for you all so you can see that. Y'all see that saying fall 7 times, 8. All right now. Let's give everybody a little bit of time. Greetings. How you all? How are you all? Let me turn this down some. Can you all hear me okay? I need to know because on my end, my volume was a little low. I was trying to turn it up. Let me know. Someone in the chat, if you're able to, if you're not driving, please let me know if you all can hear me okay. On my end, it seems like my volume is working, but I want to make sure everything is working okay. Now that we have worked on this laptop and got this back up and going again, because it was acting funny, y'all. It was acting up. It was a test. But I'm still motivated on this Motivational Monday to come before you all, even at a later time. So I'm just really happy to be back and to get through the slump of everything that was going on since right before the 4th of July, or you lied, as they say for some. Because y'all know the history behind that here in this country. It's not. We know that it is not our history. And so I'm just thankful to be back. I said I cannot miss another Motivational Monday without coming before you all and sharing with you all why I have been missing in action, but not really. I've still had plenty of work to do outside of these four walls. I like to, for us to remember to keep families in prayers for those who are making it through the storm, the rain, and now this heat. I don't know about you all, but here in this state of Missouri, um, there is the weather is very different. It's exactly what's been predicted in the Bible, where it says that in the last days we would have um, numerous wars, and the seasons would be um, very versatile, and we wouldn't know pretty much day from night when it came down to what the natural order of things was. And so I often think about that when we have these different type of changes in the weather, and then we know what they're doing. What I like to call mad scientists are doing to try to go against Mother Nature. They want to play God, and I mean play God. But I don't know about y'all, but I'm still motivated to still go on because I have breath in my body, and I see the same for you all that's tuned in, and so I will share with you all what my title was for this Motivational Monday was stolen. I think the website. Let me see what I put in there because it doesn't give it to me across the board here. Um, Stolen but not given up, and I will go into what this is about on this Motivational Monday, so that you all will know. Because I know everyone is not on Facebook, but I did get a chance to post part of it on. I didn't do the live stream this time because there was um, when it's multiple streams on the live streams and how I was connected to others, it was causing too much friction. So for now, since I would have to pay for that every month, I said I'm gonna put that on hold, and we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back to the basics of just YouTube. Now that I'm in a different and somewhat better locations, not as greenery as I like, but I'm going to put something to liven it up some there because I know the background really matters a lot for us when we're having this visual. It matters, and I'm not a fan of gray like that. Yeah. So the next time you all are Wellness Wednesday, if I'm in this location, I promise that I'll liven it up some for you, the color theme. But at least I have enough colors on for y'all to hopefully pay attention, but more importantly, to hear what I am saying from the heart, from my mind, and from my whole soul, because I wanted to do you well the way it has done me in the time of the test that I had to endure this last week. Doing right after actually right before the celebration that a lot have celebrated for the 4th of July. This time last year, I was in really good high spirits, even though I was going through a lot then. It was barely 7 months after my daughter, Najee, had transitioned, and I was just making it by the grace of God and with the help of some of those who have been good teachers and inspirational to me, spiritual leaders that have been inspirational to me almost all my life. And then some that had not been a part of my life, but except for within the recent year. Give me 1 second, you all. Let me turn this down. Please let me know if you all can hear me. Hey, greetings, Sister LaShawn. How are you doing? Yeah, that was a little high, y'all. It was a little warm because we had a heat drought here in this area. And I mean, it was dry heat. It wasn't as hot as it was this time last week, but it was trying to get there. And they said we're going to get some heavy weather and storm because of hurricanes. So we're just going to keep in mind and keep those in prayers that have been affected in a negative way. And we pray that everything work out for their good across this world, especially for the chosen children of God. And so here goes. This is what happened, you all. The reason why I could not tune in. And as you all know, it seems to happen every few months, but it's okay because I hear that you know that you're doing something right when you're testing and you try it. And it seems like when you're trying to just give up on things and just do things how you want and things that don't make much of a difference. And it seems like the adversary just leave you be because you're not doing much. But in my case, I do much behind this computer, and I've noticed that it seems like when I do, and when I'm getting my most excited, and when I'm getting my most motivated, and I'm getting my most happiest, and I'm prepping, and I want to do it the way Felicia Ann wants to do it. Then bam, I get hit. Bam, I get hit. So on the other day, what happened, not the other day, but on last week, please like and share, please like and share, you all. I'm going to share with you all what happened for those who didn't get a chance to tune in to Facebook and see my short glimpse when I tuned in on Saturday. My vehicle, my truck had been broken into, y'all, as of last week. And this is going to turn out to be a testimony and my motivational Monday for those of you all that are going through anything that you and others around you may consider a setback. But I call it a setback for a spring forward. How about that? And so I sit there and now I'm not going to lie. I told you I keep it 1 million with y'all. When it happened, it was hard to deal with the fact that it was happening. But my truck was broken into, and I did something that I don't normally do. I wind up taking and leaving my bag of over $1,000 worth of my health products in, but it was way back in the back of the seat. And I was parked on the outskirt of a street that normally nobody has any issues with anybody breaking into. But on this night that I was extremely tired, I came in and someone had broken into my truck and stole over $1,000 worth of my health products. Mind you, that was the income for over a month that I usually put right back into being able to come before you all, giving to others, and on top of it to help me purchase and get in the other extra products, health products for those of you all that are on regimens. No, it did not take everything, but it did cause me to now have to push back to have things on back order. And so, as you can imagine, I was quite sad. I only cried once though, and that was just like I shared before. It was just for one friend, one family member of mine that always have been sweet to me. And it just took me back to childhood. And I just shed a little tear because I can't believe that. So, but you stole. And I said, yeah, I did that. Because I had gotten comfortable with being able to park there and nothing happens. And so, along with that was some important information that I had and some notes. Nothing of my clients, thank God, but a lot of business cards. So it's clear that they'll be able to see that they had taken from someone that was using products to help others. If they whether or not they're going to do something with that, I don't know. And then followed up after that, I wound up getting a phone call 2 days later because, like I said, some of my personal information was in there. I get a phone call saying that from DC area that someone was trying to open up a business account in my name. And so, of course, they had to verify because all praises be to God. I had sense enough to have a good brother. Shout out to my dear beloved brother that does legal services, Brother Garthian. He had stayed at me about signing up for extra Legal Shield. And see, what happens is with Legal Shield, and anybody that wants to have any more information, maybe this is one of the reasons why I experienced this, so I can share it with you all, because I had in mind to share it. But through it, what happens is that if someone runs your Social Security for anything, especially for anything financial, then they immediately give the current number that's on record, and they email you your whatever email you have. If someone is trying to use you. So, mind you, with this particular type of legal identity theft shield, it sets you up to where no matter where you are, and I know how good it is because I stopped I stopped paying the small fee for it um, back in 2012, I believe, because I was shifting then. Um, and what happened is that on my way trip with my family, um, I I was on my way to Hawaii at that time in 2008, and we wound up leaving the luggage. You know how you can lose luggage when you have two flights in between to get to Hawaii, and the luggage, I just knew it was just lost. It was gone. We did not put in, we had even gone to another destination to show you how good this identity theft shield was. But some type of way they tracked us. I suppose they tracked us through card, or when we used our car once we left from the airport to the island called Lahaina. And I just would have never thought anybody would find us. So I'm panicking because all our most important luggage, important items was inside of this big luggage. But they tracked us down. The Legal Shield tracked us down and actually delivered it to the condo the next day, you all, the next day. And so I never forgot that because I was like, oh, okay, we need stuff like that. I know so many people that's done lost luggage in the airport. Some of you all might have experienced that. And so I encourage you all that want to inquire about it. It's a very, very small fee, but just know that they're really, really good at making sure that they secure, making sure that no one make big purchases or try to steal those your identity or try to fill out anything in your name. And so it proved itself again for the information that I had in my truck that was stolen, along with over $1,000 worth of health products that I had. Someone clearly thought to use it. Um, and ironically, there you go. I got the phone call from the Legal Shield asking me, did you approve, did you open up a business account in DC? Now, granted, I do know a few people out there, but none of the people that I associate with, that I'm still in association with a good relationship, that I know of would even do anything like that. But nevertheless, I get the option to investigate and see if it was done online or to see if someone actually physically went there and did it, since it was a few days after my information had been stolen. And so that, you all, I had to do my homework and I had to regroup myself. from that, because that was a major financial setback for me. I could not, honestly, I could not afford to have lost that, had that much product stolen from me. So just wanted to say I thank you all for those you all that had the patience and that's tuning in. Good evening, Sister Diane, y'all, Sister Linda, all you all. It's a blessing to see you all. But that's why I had to tune out for Motivational Monday. I wanted to make sure that I was strong enough when I came back to before you all, um, to not get so choked up about it, because it is more challenging, I believe, when you are doing a good work and trying to help others. And I was already trying to make sure I didn't overprice anything and to make sure that people have what they need, but then to have that much of your health products stolen, yeah, that was an uppercut for sure. And so I didn't mope around. I didn't, you all, by the grace of God, the strength of God. I didn't mope around. I only told a few people. And yes, a few people, thank you all for different ones that found out about it before I tuned in to hear to share it with you all, that sent in the donation. Let me see. Can I give a shout out to those who sent cash out? And I'm still receiving it now, you all, because that hurt tremendously. But I do want to give a special thanks to those who didn't know, and the few that did find out that that much, the over $1,000 worth of products were stolen from me last week. I just wanted to make sure I acknowledge them, and so I wanted to acknowledge Brother Allen, of course, always there. Brother Glenn, thank you so much. I want Sister Keisha, you've been a blessing. She's been giving and send a donation. Um, Oh, else? Sister Yolanda, thank you so much. She's been a blessing. And I don't even think that any of them knew, but it just so happened that they all sent a small donation, but it still made a world of a difference, because everything was tied into what I would have been doing with those products that help just with the basic, simple things, and to purchasing other products. Um, and just to name a few of them, Brother Lewis, man, I mean, he gave a big donation of $200. Um, Yada, I don't know who that is. Uh, Yahoo Baha Bovoni, Yaha Bahoni, $300. And so slowly but surely, I'm getting in Dr. T. Um, yes, Dr. T. And so I've had a few since last week that have come. Um, that has come through to give donations. So I'm still receiving them. I hadn't put the Cash App information in there for those of you all, whatever bit that you all want to give to help, that would be great. I think that too would have been the summer times. It is the season. It's right before the holiday, right there at the 3rd of July. And so as you all see, it took me that much time. And then just to find out that I was having issues again with my computer or with my network, how it was set up. And so I just took it as a sign to take a move sign and say, okay, well, maybe this is not because of coming before you all, but so maybe this is a sign that I just need to take a little bit of a break and regroup myself. Because the one thing I don't like doing, and that is throwing a pity party. Yes, we are human. Yes, when unfortunate things happen and it gives you a setback, it's only human that you feel sad about it. It's only human that even sometimes you might just want to give up, just throw your hands up, because you think to yourself, man, I'm trying to do the best I can. It's so much more I could have been doing. I'm getting all these job offers, and then you got the election going. I got politicians coming at me. I have so many different things coming at me that I could be doing instead of thinking about how to gather funds without a big capital to get products in, or who can I trust, or when is that grant going to come through to help me do this. And so it's easy to get discouraged if that's the main reason why I was doing it. So I just wanted to give thanks to God first, give thanks to you all that's been encouragement and that's been supportive and that's tuning in, even though I'm here on a different time. I wanted to give thanks to my mother still, even though they take my glasses off, even though my mother is not here, Willie Ann Hill Stokes, even though my daughter Najee is no longer here with me. Those are my two strengths, my two angels, my two rocks. I feel the presence of them with me, giving me strength anytime when I think about, man, maybe I should just do something else. But then God reminds me of how this has been the vision that I've given to you since you was a little girl. And then once you really realize that it's a possibility for a little black girl to grow up and to actually have her own health product brand that's good, that's actually helping people. And which, by the way, during this time, it also just so happened that I was wondering about different ones that I hear that I had that was trying their products for the first time, and I got some good testimonies. One sister, Sister Evelyn, thank you so much. I don't know if she tuned it in or not, but Sister Evelyn gave her testimony about the sea moss that she did get prior to, and me over the $1,000 worth of health products being stolen. She came that in a couple of days later, and I hadn't told her, and she said, "You know what? I have puffy eyes. I got my eyes has always stayed swollen for years, and I had noticed that. But you never want to, be rude or too forward when you can tell that it's something sensitive on, especially us as women. And I'm sure it has the same effect on men too. But when something is really noticeable, you don't want to just come up and say, "What's wrong with your eyes?" And I don't if I'm not feeling in my spirit that I should do it, I'm not going to do it. And so she came to me on her own after ordering my sea moss, y'all. I told you it's powerful. She came to me and she said, "You know what? After all these years, this eye start the swelling, and I know it's the ink." She's like, "I know it's the sea moss because I haven't taken nothing else, and all these years, all this has been puffy. All my eyes have been puffy, and I know if I get her to come, I know she will actually come to here to the office in person to give her testimony." And it was just to see her light up. She always has such a pleasant spirit, but this time, just to see her light her face up, even though I was sad still, thinking about, oh my God, how am I going to retrieve and make up for this? And all I could hear was God telling me, I believe it's the Spirit of God in me, just telling me, no, you're not going to upcharge. No, you're not going to do this. You're going to church, you're going to do the work. Even if you have to pick up extra work to refund it yourself, that's what you're going to do. You're going to do the work because it's just you now. You can do this. I don't know about y'all, but I come from being a married woman and having altogether 6 children to take care of, young adults down to small children. And any of you all that know or that may tune in later, it's very challenging when you have special needs child too, because you always got them on your mind and the routine. And in my case, where I had to do everything for my daughter. Yes, she got to a mature stage where she could sit to herself and mind her business without no problem. But still, there was a routine that I had to have every day for 24 years of her being in my life. And so it was very difficult to see myself not having to do something every hour, one top of the hour. And then when you mate, you got to cater to them. And then if it's other children, I had 2 other children, it was just a routine all day. Some do all day. And then coaching and counseling all over the people all over the world, that was a lot. And so within just a year or two, your brain, the mind is not designed to just stop and not feel like it has to be doing something, especially in my case where I had the energy. And so for me, y'all, I don't know if any of you all can relate that has a schedule or that was used to a schedule for years and then it changes and you get more on you. It was hard for me just to simmer down and just not to just do something, always be doing something. That whole empty nest syndrome, and not having somebody calling me every 5 minutes telling me what they want to eat, or calling me every 5 minutes and ask me about a business deal, or ask me about if I followed up with this or followed up with that. My life was like that, especially for the last couple of years. And so I being in the place now where I'm able to make my own schedule and for the most part and pick and choose what it is I need to do. In my mind, I literally had to do something that was just as important as that. So all I could do is think about how even though someone stole this much of health products from me and given me this financial setback, that okay, you was built for this. God made you for this. All your life, you've been having to fight. That's the one scene color purple. That's the only one that I use. All my life, I had to fight. You, if you don't know nothing else, you don't bounce back. Come on now, y'all. Somebody with me. I know I'm not the only one that has encountered life-changing situation, whether it was because of poor choices and decision or whether it's because of something else. As they say, God won't put more on you than you can bear, but man will. And we will. And so I realized that and I said, okay, Father, I have had plenty to do all my life. Even just being the firstborn, this is not anything different. I have been stolen from before, even more before, and you blessed me with quadruple more than what was stolen from me. And then another thing came up where I lost another income that was funding other help things that I was doing. And I said, okay, Father, what's going on? And so I had to ask God, and some of you all have to think about this on this Motivational Monday. When the tides are changing, the season is changing, your atmosphere is changing, the job is changing, the business is changing. I believe that it's for us to ask ourselves. I know it is for me. And so prayerfully it's helping somebody. So please like, share. When those trying times come and those tests come, it is the trying of your faith. Think about it. You know you put in the work. I know I put in the work. I know, as some say, I sacrificed a lot. And I let go of a lot. I stopped fighting for certain things that I had the right to have that would have made this transition way more easier for me, but not in my spirit. And so I had to remember the prayer, y'all. We have to remember the prayer that we pray and the things that we ask God for those of us who communicate with God like that believe in having a relationship with God within yourself, like I do and like others do. And that is, I had to ask God, I said, okay, I had to remind myself that I told God that no matter what comes my way, no matter what comes to kick me down, no matter what comes to defeat me, Father, all I ask is for you to give me the strength to persevere. Give me the strength to endure into the end. And so the first thing that comes to mind is a scripture that I've been reading all my life, to the point where I started to believe it. And that is that the race is not given to the swift, nor to the strongest man. Notice it says the swift and the strongest. As fascinating as it was, and I, for some reason, this past few weeks, I was coming across more of track and field um, Olympics, the Olympics, the track and field, and I'm hooray for all my brothers and sisters that's winning the U.S. Hey, and my daughter ran track and field, and her father did, and so my first nephew did, and so it was always, and I had the desire to because we was so. Just if you know anything about that, then you know that with that you have to run that race as hard as you have to run it, but just because you are fast, just because you're strong, does not mean that you will win the race. However, what is most important is that they clock that time and it shows that you finished the race. And so when you finish the race, you see where they said this one come in first place, Shakira. This is who came in second place, this came in third place, but you placed. So God had to deal with me once I thought about being stolen, that much being stolen from me and not knowing who did it. He said, okay, you got to remember, you got a race to finish. This is your test. This is your race to finish on. Your job is not to even think about stop doing what I've called and chosen you to do, but to finish your race, finish your course. So in my race in my mind was to not to allow my mind to race on thinking about what I've lost And I mean everything, because it's something when you get big loss, you think about everything. I don't know about y'all, but I think about all the negative things sometimes that has happened when one thing comes and you're getting excited about the next day, and then before you know it, bam, you realize that, oh my God, somebody has stolen over $1,000 worth of things from me. I felt that way even when I lost my home. I got hoodwinked big time, and I'm not gonna say about whom, but it was a big hoodwink. I had an option to take funds, a monthly fund, or to just take what would come from home, knowing the other party know all along that the home was not going to be that there was going to be a blockage. I didn't know. I found out later. And so I hadn't felt that big blow since that time. And ironically, this same time last year. But thankfully, this one was less. So it lets me know that I must have did a good job last year this time, when money had been taken away from me that I could have used to put into the business. So I just see this still that God is allowing me to really get to this place to where He's saying, okay, I'm with you, but you got to be tested, because you're still around thieves. I got to, make sure that you are aware. I got to make sure that you know that you have in you what I placed in you, the spirit of me that I placed in you to work for your people. Because it's one thing, y'all, to get before y'all and to talk about it. Everybody is talking now, y'all. Y'all know that. Y'all can turn the come off from me and go over and switch over to different people. Don't do that right now. But I'm just saying, you got so many options when you're talking about social media. And so everybody's talking something, but not everybody is talking truth. Not everybody is actually being real. Not everybody is being authentic. And I believe that God knew that I was wanting to always be authentic with everything. That's the reason why I believe it's me, just here now. It's just me. Because He knew I never wanted to put on facades. I never wanted to sit back and have people not getting the real deal of what's going on, because I truly believed, and I was raised on it, to believe that the power of your testimony can help another person to overcome. If you believe, and if I'm sharing it in the right manner, in the right spirit, and you look into the depths of my eyes and you can tell, and you can hear my voice and tell that I'm being honest with you, that, wait a minute, if Dr. Felicia Ann, or let's just say Sister Felicia Ann, could make it through this, and everything that she's gone through, and the things that she's sharing, and I can only imagine the things that she's not sharing with us, then I can make it too, because I ain't even going through all that. I'm not trying to save 1,000 people. I'm not trying to, do all this stuff. So if she can do it, I can too. And that's what we mean by we overcome by one another's testimony. So I just wanted to make sure that when I came before you all on this Motivational Monday, that I didn't come with a sad song to sing. I didn't come with a mindset to just beg and plead for everybody to give me money, which, yeah, of course, that's helpful. But more so to encourage you all not to give up, even when the tests and the hard times come. Because if I don't know anything else, ooh, Lord. It's like I got to tell our mama, ooh, Lord. I know what it is to go through a hard time and have to, and still look like you haven't gone through nothing. That's the hard part, y'all. Because I grew up where they had the saying that you're not supposed to look like what you've been through. But we live in a world where when you look like you're going through, it is. People tend to have more empathy for you. But that's one level of going through. But I say that feeds too much into pity, throwing a pity party. It's too close to suicidal spirits. It's too close to allowing ourselves to wallow and fall and not get back up, because so many people, po her, po this, po this. And don't get me wrong, we're supposed to be compassionate of each other. We supposed to, but you don't get strength. You can, Yeah, you can tell that somebody care once they see that you a sad face and you okay. But I don't know about y'all, but I'm past that stage in my life where I don't want a lot of people coming to me. Then they say, "Oh, you okay? I could tell you sad today. Oh, what's the matter? Oh, here, what is there anything I could do to help you?" I'm past that stage. I went through that through the whole stage of 24 years with my daughter, seeing some people feel sorry for me when they could tell that she couldn't walk as good as she wanted to walk, or when they could tell that it was a little something that's out by the time they see me dealing with her. I went through the whole pity party. So I went through that when I went through my crises as a young girl and having to struggle like a lot of women have to struggle. I went through that where people, oh, I wonder if she gonna be okay. Oh my God, look at what happened to her. I went through that already. And now I've made it to the beautiful age of stage of 49 years. I say young because I got a whole lot more to learn. And that means if I got a whole lot more to learn, y'all, on this Motivational Monday, that means I got a whole lot more to share. That means I got a whole lot more to encourage our people to overcome no matter what comes your way. Yes, I see what's going on with the election. I'm right in the heart. The organizations that I'm a part of, they support some of the politicians, but I now get a bird's eye view of what it is that we need to. It's like the agenda that God has allowed me not to have my eyes closed or blinded like I was in some ways before. I could just feel it. The spirit in me, the spirit of God in me could just feel it. Now I can see it just plain as day. That y'all get prepared. Get the money, yes. For those you out and give donations, give, please share. Because it was a lot for me to have over $1,000 of my health products stolen from me. But more importantly, this is, and sometimes I wish I wasn't this selfless. Because I've had people that were wealthy to tell me, Felicia, and you're not gonna make it in life. Always trying to give everything away and always up, but that's a lie. That's a lie from the devil. Because I'm still here. I'm still alive. I'm still well. No, I may not have a mansion anymore. I may not have a whole lot of money in the bank like I used to, but I'm still here, rich in spirits. And you hear people say that, and you be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's what they all say. No, I mean it. That makes you still want to live. It's nothing more important than seeing no greater powerful feeling than when you're going through a test to still have the energy and the spirit of God in you that say, you know what? Now you got to go still help somebody else. You know what you was created for. You know what I placed you here on this earth for. Ain't no better victorious spirit feeling than that. I don't care what nobody say. It's rejuvenating to the mind. It's like I don't. It's almost like y'all ever. Uh, yeah, I've been extremely hot and feel like you was dehydrated, and then you just get that little cool little streaks of water or a little piece of fruit, and you be like, ooh, ooh, that tastes good. Oh my God, that was. Ooh, I needed that. Ooh, it's just a relief. And it's empowering in so many different kinds of ways. It just takes your mind to a whole nother level of confidence in your creator and what he's placed in you. I don't know what y'all, but that's what I feel. And that's why I pray that you all have when you go through any different tests. I know some of you all that may tune in now and later, you experienced somebody taking something from you before. But for me, it was just more hurtful because I'm like, this is not for me. This is for my people. I mean, I'm barely cutting even here because I'm not overly price gouging nothing, like absolutely nothing. And I can say that boldly because it's true. And I'm like, but they used to have a saying when, when I was coming up, and I know it's just a churchy thing. This is that, 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 that church girl that still in me to say, when I think of the goodness of Jesus and all that he's done for me, my soul cries out, hallelujah. I praise God for saving me. And that was something that would always get the church to going up, no matter what. If you couldn't find no other testimony to say, we all knew what that meant. To this day, I feel it as I'm saying it to you all. We all knew what that meant. That meant that you had had a test of your life. But through it all, you could find goodness. You could think of some goodness that gave you the strength to cry out to God, to still say, hallelujah, hallelujah. I thank you for saving me from this world. I thank you for saving me from the mind of suicide. I thank you for saving me from my enemies. I thank you for giving me the mind to still want to press forward no matter how challenging it gets. Y'all, that's something to be thankful for. Do you know what the suicidal rate is? For those, and you got people that you can't have nothing goes wrong. I know, I've counseled it. And all praises be to God, I have not. Thank God. I pray I never have to experience having to lose anyone that I've been blessed to mentor or to counsel to anything like that. But so far so good, I have not. And I believe because they feel the spirit and the love of God in me, transferring life into them, speaking life into your soul. Because that's one of the number one most important reasons why God placed me here. That's what I believe. And so that's the work that I act upon. Not because of how much money someone gives me, not because of how much praise I get, not so much because of whether or not I get 1,000 followers or not. It's not tingent upon that. And that's the beautiful thing that I love about being raised in my era and with a saved, what we call the saved, sanctified mama. Saved, sanctified auntie, a saved father, saved, I don't know about y'all, but the type of way I was raised, they didn't play. They didn't play church, as they say. They didn't play church. What they were before you went home is what they were on the outside. And it's just the reason why I can't even settle for it in my personal space, because it's a distraction for me to deal with hypocrisy. It's a distraction for me. I don't care what Satan is offering. Oh, well, you'll get a chance to meet the president. Oh, well, you'll get a chance to meet this famous star, Steve Harvey. Well, you'll get a chance to meet that. I can't fall for that, y'all. I'm not even going to get in a position to do it, because they're not my God. They didn't give me life. Yeah, I could click on the channel just like y'all click on the channel to me, and you may get an encouraging word and be like, oh, that was good, Dr. Shell. Yes, she helped encourage me, but I'm not your God. I'm a child of God. You're a child of God. You're the son of God. You're the daughter of God, but I'm not your God. So what I look like spending all my money and plane tickets to go and see somebody else that I've already gotten a rap sheet on, that just because they got some money and they got some views and some likes, what I look like going and leaving my family to go chase after that? I didn't start this mission for this way. So it takes me back to what Minister shared on Sunday, when I think the lesson was, let me look it up in here so I can make sure I'm precise, because I believe it might be helpful for you. I'm not going to keep you out here long at all this Motivational Monday. I'm just really thankful to be able to come back before you all and be able to see you all are well as well that's tuning in. But I got a little quote here of what he was sharing, so that way I don't misword it at all. I'm going to make sure. It was the sermon was hold on to the rope of faith. And oh, it got me good, y'all. It got me good. It got me good. It got me good, y'all. I gotta say it twice. It got me good. Because I was always known among my peers to having a lot of faith. They would always tell me, you got a lot of faith. And I never thought that I did. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me make sure that I let my sister. Hey Joe, I know you're not used to me being on live, but I am on the Motivational Monday now. You want to tune in? I will be done in a few minutes. Thank you, sis. I appreciate it. I love you. Be safe out there. I will talk to you soon. See, that was my sister checking in on me, because she know. She was my first one to put me into practice of what I'm doing with you all now. So I had to get her because I know that she was concerned. She's concerned if I miss 2 motivational Mondays. She wanted to make sure that her big sis is up to par. And she gonna send her encouraging word. And that's what I mean by that's a beautiful thing to be able to get. I'm gonna get back to the sermon. That's a beautiful thing that when you know that you poured into over 40 some years of pouring into your siblings, even your siblings. That may not happen for all of them, y'all. So don't get discouraged. I know, and all family members sometimes when you're chosen to do certain things, and they too are gifted and chosen to do certain things, despite the sicknesses, despite their own personal tests and trials. Um, but it's a beautiful thing when you can go from remembering being a little girl telling yourself, come on, you can do it, you can do it. That's the sister that God blessed me to be. I was always encouraging and love to see my siblings do well. I God bless where I didn't have not a jealous heart or hate in my bones, in my mind concerning my siblings. And I thought that was natural. I thought that was just so when I finally got to this age and stage in life where I started seeing it, I understood how it comes about because parents do play a part in this, and I know because I have multiple children now, and I'm like, okay, if one feel like they need something, then you tend it to the other, and then I'm like, oh, but what about me? Or you at work still? Well, I feel like you're doing more work than you can put in with the people than you answer me. Kids get into that mode sometimes, but to see it coming from your own sibling now that we all are grown, and now they come calling back and asking them, "Am I okay?" That lets you to know that God didn't forget that your work was not in vain. Your love was not in vain. And don't worry, if any of y'all tuning in and you don't feel like you've been appreciated, let me put that out there. If you feel like you're not appreciated and it's not paying off, and you're the go-to person in your family, or you're the one that people call special, or that has a very loving heart, don't give up. I'm here as a living witness. No, it's not easy. I will not lie. I will not lie. Oh God. The more and more you become aware that it's more evil out here, it's more jealousy out here, it's more envy. I'm not gonna lie, it took me a minute, y'all. It did. It took me a minute. It took me to it was in my late 30s before I could really truly accept that it didn't matter how much good you did in this world, that there'll always be somebody that's envious, jealous of you. And it took that sister that just called me and checked on me to try in her own subtle way to tell me, Felicia Ann, come on. You know that they don't like you because your spirit. I'm like, what you mean? What you mean, Joe? What you mean? And I know she know, but she was the fighter, y'all. She was the fighter. She was the one that stand up and she'd tell me she would just dismiss all of anybody who's coming around me. Did she picked up on that spirit so fast? Well, I don't like her. I don't like her. What you say? That's your friend? I don't like her. She didn't. That was the sister that didn't cut no corners. And if they anytime they would get upset about something, they would say, "You want to go to Felicia Ann? She the nice one." It takes a lot to get her worked over. And I'm like, wait a minute, how you just gonna throw the person that's with all the issues off on me? But little did I know that God was preparing me for such a time as this. Back to the sermon on Sunday was hold on yesterday, hold on to the rope of faith, y'all. And in it, he was saying, and the Lord said to Simon, behold, Satan has desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. Now, y'all know that I'm a naturopathic practitioner. And so, I know what sifting wheat is. And some of you all that may tune in now and later may know what it is to sift flour. And that is where they get all the roughage, out, and they take all the nutrients and strip that wheat to where now you don't have nothing but a little bit of little grain, a little roughage wheat in there. And it's hard on the digestive system, y'all. Why you think that they have us to wet it? Why do you think that we have to wet it and mix it with oil and mix it with stuff in order for us to get it to like a bready substance to make it soft enough so that we can digest it? But if you get that dry wheat by itself, dry your throat out. Scratching, it'll be turned all inside the walls of your lungs and the walls of your intestines if you try to eat some dry wheat. Well, that's what it's saying, that Satan's desire, your enemy desire you to sift you as wheat. But if we have prayed for you that your faith be, is that your faith to be not altogether, and when you are converted and strengthened, your brother, it's stating that we're supposed to strengthen one another, y'all. When you see that hard times are coming, like what I had to deal with, you had to imagine just the emptiness that I felt when I realized, oh my God, they done taken my whole bag of all of my health products, the majority, and I was so happy to prep, y'all. I had just finally decided to prep. Just finally started to prep, and I was gonna just go my little happy-go-lolly way. I had my little Dr. Shelf thing on the bag. I'm getting ready to go down to St. Louis Stroll and sit down and put my stuff on display, and they can have the people selling. I'm finna reorder me some stuff, and then bam, Satan come to sift it this week. He just come to steal, and so that killed my spirit for the moment. He come to steal, kill, and to destroy. But the goal was to destroy my drive, to destroy my determination to keep working, to keep the good fight of faith, to keep helping us to heal one person at a time, one family at a time. But y'all, guess what? I'm here on this Motivation Monday to tell you that I'm not giving up. And I pray that through me sharing this testimony with you all, that you all, whatever it is that God has said for you all to do, that you don't give up either. And so I went on through, and I'm about to shut it down, y'all, because I know I came on late and so much that comes on. I'm not trying to interfere with all y'all other regular programs, but I looked into this other passage where he says, it says, the more we feed from the source, the stronger the brain becomes. The greater the sight and hearing, the greater its ability to think and to plan and to bring into existence what is the plan, what is the will of God in your life. It's not about what I think the will of God is in your life, but it's about you knowing, me knowing what is the will of God for you in your life. On this Motivational Monday, I have to say I'm here to inspire and to encourage you all, and perfectly to motivate you all, and not to never give up, never give in. Again, for those who are that want to be able to be a help to me during this time, this test, this trial, because no, I have not made back up the over $1,000 that I have. I will put it into the chat. You, those of y'all, some of you all know it's in the memoir there, but I'll put it in there again for those who tune in later. The Cash App information, and then the PO boxes inside of the print. And unless there's anybody that have a encouraging word or something to share in the chat, then I am getting ready to tune out, y'all, because I really have to do more work. Y'all keep my grandson and his mother in prayers, in special prayers. She's not long had a baby, and she needs those prayers, you all. She needs those prayers, especially while I go through my transition, so I can be able to be more of a help as well. Um, and then I will do the same for you all and your families. And then also pray that I make the best decision. I need you all's prayers to pray that I make the best decision with who I choose to work with. Yeah, that's going to be always one of my greatest. Um, I wanted it to be my lesson that I've learned from the past few years. To God lead me to not to give in to anybody that's saying that they want to work with me and they want to do right by me and compensate right so that I could be more of a blessing to others. Um, my next bout of partnership, I wanted to only to be with those who are as honest. Even when trying times come, people that's not going to bail out on me, people that will be like me, that will persevere through death, persevere through when the money is low, that will persevere when people seem like they're not liking you. Persevere when you've been talked about. Persevere when just trying times come. Persevere when the economy is low. And y'all know this mighty dollar is getting ready to go, y'all. So we have to lean on each other through love and support. You have to. It's only the common sense thing to do is to ask God to lead and guide you to the right people in this world today. Because when these hard times come, I can assure you this: for those who bail out now, while we have something to work with, can you imagine when the dollar crash? You see how many people are dependent on the American dollar? We even got lots of our own people depending on the American dollar to help fund things in other countries. We got more. Yes, they holler we got more than other countries, but they're not thinking about the inflation. I don't see. I do the calculation, and I'm sitting among financial advisors and people that's sharing. I'm sitting at these tables that I don't have no degree in those particular areas, but I'm getting invited to these tables, y'all, so I believe so that I can have an eagle's eye, so that I'm not deceived about what's going on, y'all. Um, from the pastorals to the millionaire tables, from the politician tables, all of that, and I'm taking note. Oh, at the end of the day, you're going to need somebody that you can trust and that have at least the basic needs in life, and somebody that's not known for folding and for running and for getting extremely stressed out when the goings get tough. That's what's gonna last, y'all. Remember, I told you I got a hairy tongue in spirit. Just because of somebody whipping at me, just because of somebody trying to kill me, I mean, I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. All right, I'm gonna go and stop to replan and go get some more of my other folks to bring somebody else in. I'm working on it now, y'all. And if nothing else, for those of you all that's not here in this proximity with me, then I'll use this platform until it's up to share with you all to do that where you are at. Gather your funds together. For those of you all that you may have your own other little personal issues, but if you know that they are good with finances, you know that they are good with working with family, you know they are very trustworthy people, they got long history of not doing. Now I know it's hard sometimes. Ask around. Please don't do like I did a few times in my life and not long ago, where you didn't get enough information on a person because they got all these little titles, and you think that they, that because they talk with so much passion, you think that they're going to be reliable. You think that they're going to be stable minded, but they're not. They're not, because they're taking on the jobs that God didn't even call them to do. They called themselves to do it because they wanted the praise from this world. They wanted to look like they were being the child of God, when all along behind closed doors they weren't. And so now, it's gaslighting. It's narcissistic spirits here. I mean, among the men and women, you all, there's not just one particular person. This is a problem. This is an issue. And so I don't see where, if we take on that spirit that we see coming before these platforms, y'all, or some of y'all that's in these organizations, or some of these churches that ain't on the up and up, you better get it together now. That's all I could do is encourage you all to do that, to motivate you to do that. Get your pack together now. You got older children that'll work with you. You got aunties and uncles that work with you. Whatever y'all been talking about, I know how us Black folks do. We'll get together and talk about how we got this and got that to help one another. And then before you know it, next day passed, or your month passed, year passed, and ain't nobody done nothing. You waiting on for them and they waiting on for you. Somebody got to make the move. I know what I'm talking about, y'all. I'm talking with some of my aunties now. I'm talking with some of them now, some of my cousins now. Okay, how we going to do this? And anybody that's just talking about what they got, but they're not willing to bring nothing to the table, we said forget all. Going on with them. You just gloating. You ain't trying to do nothing. You just want nobody to see how many houses you got, how many cars you got, how many this, how many that. You just want to go broke. Then not none of that's going to matter, y'all. If they let this man up in this office and we wind up having to go into almost World War III, it's going to happen too. It's going to happen. It's already been prophesied. And I've already seen it years ago. At this time and this stage, it's going to happen in our time, y'all. Those of us who live between now and the next few years, we're going to see. We're in it now. It's just in a different kind of way. It's just having different effects. They're all around this world doing their thing. And some of you all see it, some of you don't. And it's okay. And this is the reason why I can't afford to just get down and out, because somebody stole over $1,000 of health products from me and think that that gives me the permission to stop and give up. No, I gotta go. I got a mission. I got a mission to help. I know that I am the one that when I don't care if it's an atomic bomb that's dropping down on the east. God, I pray to God that it don't. But if it's dropping down on the east, or if somebody say that it's a bunch of military people coming out of Texas doing this, I know that I'm the one that's gonna have to help gather, because I know how to get my tunnel vision going. And it just, I guess, what's in my grandfathers that were in the military, and they was for real in the military. You can check and see their ranks. They was high ranking. They wasn't just no in the kitchen cooking or constantly getting into trouble. They literally had my grandfathers had the military mindset, special ops and our force, the Navy SEAL. That's in me, y'all. So I just automatically just know that. I mean, it's been in my dreams even before I even understood what seed was in me that helped birth me. And so I know that this is not the time to give up and to allow ourselves to allow anything that's coming up against us to make us want to give up and give in to Satan's devices. You got children. Some of y'all got children like I do. You have grandbabies. You have nieces, nephews. You have your neighbors. You have people, your church members, with your organization just relying on your strength. So may the strength of God be with every last one of you all on this Motivational Monday. Please like and share for anyone that you think that this will help. For those of you all that want to help and send a little donation, I put the Cash App is in there in the chat. I appreciate those, like I called out earlier, that have already given, not knowing that I had over $1,000 of health products stolen from me last week. And no, I have not made that up yet, but that's not, it's nothing too hard for God to do. I know God could lay that on the heart of one person and help out. If He can, however way is done. I know that. And so that's just, I did the work and I had to keep the faith. That's it. And I pray that you all do the same. I look forward to being on that end of the stick again, to where I can just send special gifts out to different ones and be even more of a blessing to you all. And I pray that you all continue to do the same. Know that I love you all with my whole heart. Yeah, people hadn't been saying that. I hadn't been hearing that saying that until I started saying it, but it's okay as long as they do it. You all take care of yourself. And yes, even though this Motivational Monday, yes, I still do have colon purified left for $40, you all. I still have the sea moss flakes, the purple sea moss flakes left, you all. And I just have the B12 left for $40 as well. So for those of you all that want to order, that does help as well. Then please feel free. But take care of you all, yourself, you all, and still be healthy more in 2024. Peace, love, and good health, you all. And love you to engage with your audience. Oh, thanks so much. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get back to it, Sister Cherry. Are you meaning for are you meaning for the StreamYard, or do you mean now? Let's see. I'm looking at you now. I didn't get a chance to call Sister Jamaica. I had to make the decision when I was able to get up, y'all. So she will be, and I'm sure she'll be happy to tune in for Wednesday. Because I didn't even tell her. I didn't want her to be down and out and sad about it. Yeah, y'all, I have to get better at that. Because I know she has a good heart. She's a mommy, and she's been a blessing already. And I've been a blessing to her. And I was just like, oh no, I can't call and tell her this. But I will. She's going to tune in now and find out. She's going to tune in and find out. But the most important thing is that I am well. And I pray that you all are too. All right. I love you all. I got to go, y'all. I got another meeting that I got to get to. I got to work. I got more work to do. This is just the second half of the day for me. You all take care of yourself. And until this Wednesday, this Wellness Wednesday, God say the same. I'll tune in. I'm going to debate. What y'all think? One last thing. What do y'all think? This time, 5 or 6 o'clock p.m. is better, or was it the 4 to 5 o'clock? Let me see. No, that's just thought about it. On Wednesdays, I have a meeting to go to by 7 o'clock. So yeah, I'll still stick with between the 4 and 5 o'clock time. So you all keep a lookout on me, for me on this Wellness Wednesday, around about 4 o'clock p.m. No later than 5, but most definitely around about 4 o'clock Central Standard Time. I do my best to put in the notification earlier. Okay, I love you all. Bye bye. Okay.